get it together.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I want to do a very, very quick shout out to the wonderful wine that we are drinking this evening. Happens to be a friend of mine, Saint Sadler Luxury Wine. Shout out to Paul Sadler for sponsoring our wonderful beverage for the evening. And guess what else? No, you're not the only guy. There was a aroma pizzazz in here. Excuse me. So, anyways, in addition to us drinking this wine tonight, a lucky winner will also be drinking the wine as well. So whoever presents us with the best question for the evening, we will be shipping you a complimentary bottle of wine from Saint Sadler. This wine is amazing. What we're drinking is a strawberry Riesling.
It's delicious.
It's the bomb, y'all. It is the bomb. So I'm going to tag everything you need in the comments. Let me actually do that now. So let me see if you guys can kind of see this. It might be backwards, but you know, screenshot it, something like that. Black owned, absolutely, from Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to the land. So I'm going to actually pin the information for the wine in the comments. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. While I'm doing this, Chris.
Can I also shout out somebody?
Absolutely.
So this shirt is unbroken. This is from my guy, Dimitri Crawley. You can follow his Unbroken company. He just launched this t-shirt line. And it's unbelievable because the messaging is so fitting for what we're doing now. And it's basically through all I've been through all that life has handed me, through all the, the things I need to forgive people for and that I want God to forgive me for. The truth is I remain unbroken because he keeps me together.
Come on, preach on a Thursday.
When I look at this Unbroken shirt, it's just a reminder of how something bigger than me kept me together. So y'all want to make sure y'all visit Unbroken. You can check it out on Instagram. He got shirts for you. I just talked to him today.
Yes. So what I want you to do is check your phone or your iPad and make sure you have the proper information for the wine. So I can tag the owner and also if they have their own wine page, I just want to make sure everybody knows how to get this wonderful wine. So in order to win the wine, think of your questions now and use your question box below. Okay, so just let me tag that now. And then what's Paul's handle? Is it just Paul Sam? Okay, so this is for the wine.
Paul Sadler.
The wonderful
Sadler
wine.
And make sure y'all invite some people. Send the women and men you know need to be in here talking about forgiveness.
Evening.
Invite them in here.
Is from at Saint Sadler. Is that it?
Saint Sadler Wines.
Sadler Wines. And then I'm gonna also tag Paul.
Now let me tell you something. If y'all request them to be in this video, we might pick one.
We might.
But you gotta
bring it
on top of your stuff.
Yes. Please.
Please.
Because I'm gonna talk bad about you.
Might mess it up for everybody else.
Okay, so the wine we're drinking is pinned. The question of the topic of discussion for the evening is pinned. We're ready to get started. What I did want Chris to do really fast, if this is your first time on live with the two of us, since this is only our second show, is for him to reintroduce himself.
Yeah.
And just explain why you're here, how you're even able to sit next to me without Lamar being on my left side, and why I even feel like you are great enough to be in this position.
Hello all. So for those who don't know me, again, ChrisMarvel, and I have been doing relationship coaching, marriage coaching for almost 10 years. And I have talked to people that you've seen on TV to the people around the corner from your house. This is what I do. I'm finishing up my master's right now, actually, as a clinical psychologist. So, it's a road. This is an area that I run in, man. I run routes in this area. So this is what I do. But yeah, I've known Sabrina, man, forever. I feel like, and so this is a good time. It's a good connect. We don't argue. but we go back and we go back and forth with a little tension about topics like this, and so we thought it'd be good to bring it to you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and make sure that you're following the He versus She page on YouTube.
Yes.
Because if you did miss this, or you want to make sure someone else sees it, you can actually show them the entire clip within the next 24 hours of everything we talked about tonight.
Yes. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hop right into it, okay? Why is forgiveness difficult?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, forgiveness is difficult simply because our hearts are tied to people who we expect more from. And oftentimes, our expectations of them they become so high because they've never hurt us. Mm-hmm. And we think that we love you so much, or you love me so much, you're going to be the last person that's going to make me go through something.
Right. That's what our expectation is.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I feel like forgiveness is difficult because if I forgive you, then you won't hurt like me. Right? If I forgive you, I'm letting you off the hook. Why would I want to do that for somebody that hurt me?
Nah, son.
You know, like, I want to see you have pain and suffer just like I am internally, or even outwardly, externally. So forgiveness, you know, if I choose to forgive you, that means I'm telling you what you did really wasn't that bad. Or maybe even inviting you to do that to me again. So, no, I want to hold on to that anger. I want to hold on to that resentment because I need to punish you and let you know what you did to me was wrong, right?
The truth is, hurt people hurt people. 100%.
So I'm hurt. I want to hurt you. We're just going to be hurt together. You know, 1-800-HURT-LAW. We both going to be calling 1-800-HURT-LAW. Because while I'm hurt, I can't bear to see you happy. And don't let it be a man I used to date. Oh, you didn't move on with a new girl? And she pretty?
Wow.
Nope, I'm hating. And I'm upset.
Not in your zip code.
Not in my zip code. Okay, so that is why, from a relational standpoint, whether it's intimate, you know, this is a question I want to ask for you guys and for you, Chris. Is it harder to forgive someone you've dated? Or is it harder to forgive a family member?
I think that I think the thicker the ties, the more it hurts to tear it up. So, you know what I mean? So, you ever had like a grocery bag you tied up, you know, and so the tighter you tie a grocery bag, the plastic, the harder it is to tie. And if you really pull that grocery bag apart, you'll look at your hands and there'll be pain. And that's the same thing with our relationships. The tighter the bond, the more it hurts when it's tearing apart. And
he's so, analogy king, by the way.
I can do analogies. They work.
Where's your book of analogies?
I know, seriously. and so when we think about, you know, our family members, it's like when my mom hurts me, that's coming from a place of I'm thinking about all that she's done for me, all the expectation, all the love that she's given me, all the macaroni and cheese she's cooked me, all the good times, and then she hurt me. Yeah. Like the expectation get built up so high that I'm like, dang, like the last person I thought would hurt me would be her.
Correct.
A person that's dating is more so I'm mad at myself because now I wasted my time or I thought more about you than I should have. And so I think the expectation is different, and that's where the disappointment comes in.
Okay, so this is where we about to start feuding.
Let's rock.
This is where we're going to have the verses.
Yeah.
Men are so different. We're not, first of all, if you hurt me, if I'm dating Bob, and Bob hurt me, I ain't mad at myself. I'm mad at you, Bob. You didn't see all this excellentness. Yes, I made that word up. Yes, you didn't see all this glow in my life, and you just dimmed my light because you lied or cheated or left me or ghosted me or whatever you did to me, Bob. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm mad at you. Yeah. So the fact that you as a man said, if someone you're dating hurts you, you mad at yourself, that's crazy. Okay. I think you gave yourself too much credit. Ladies, if you agree with what I'm saying, drop me a 100 emoji. We not mad at us. We mad at him, right? Ladies, let me see if y'all feeling me. If you ain't feeling me, put a thumbs down. I just need to see who rocking with me and who not rocking me. Go ahead, Chris.
So here's the thing, though. I'm saying dating from the sense of we've only been out a couple times. Not from the premise that you've been with somebody a year. Like, if you've been with somebody a year, yeah, it should be some shared mutual
See all them hundreds.
fire. Yeah. Listen, fellas.
Oh, he said no, I'm with him.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and she's a female.
Oh,
she's a female.
Bless you, beloved.
Okay.
So,
actually, shout out to Ashley.
So I'm just saying that if it's a family member, our ties are just so deep that I didn't never think you would do that to me.
Yeah.
But again, some of that's my fault.
Yeah.
Because you are a human being. My expectation of you should be as much as the expectation of myself.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And so, playing devil's advocate. Now, when I was speaking, I'm speaking to majority females. I feel like majority females, listen, y'all gonna be mad at me a lot, and I don't care. Majority of females play the victim in everything.
Uh-oh.
They play the victim role.
I'm on y'all side.
No, you're not. Don't try to be on the good side, okay? And I know my audience is 75% women, so it's probably a lot of y'all in here.
Yeah.
But a man will cheat, lie, whatever he's doing, and nothing is her fault. She played no role in anything. She was just perfect, loyal, stood by his side. How could he do this to me? Has no fault in the whole situation. I'm going to give you a real life example. An old friend of mine, she was going through a divorce.
Okay.
Okay? And she's teetering. Should she get divorced? Should she stay married? You know, he has some infidelity issues. And he wanted the marriage, of course. She didn't kind of know. They had 2 children. You know, like, this is a lot. Freshly married, like, been married 1 or 2 years. So she's so upset. He broke the vows. How could he cheat on me? You know, all his fault. I gave him his children. I work. I help provide. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, Sarah, no, we're making up a name here. So there is no Sarah. Sarah, so did you do anything wrong in this relationship? Are you trying to say I'm the reason why he cheated on me? That's not what I asked you. I said, did you do anything wrong in the relationship? No, I did not do anything wrong. And if I did, why he didn't come talk to me? Well, did you have this tone of voice? Like, is this how you speak? Because he's probably scared to talk to you. So you're telling me he's just a horrible guy and he just cheated. He's just cheating. He's just a horrible person. He just loved himself or that other person or didn't love anybody to the point where he had no consideration for you and he just did you so wrong and you played no role in this. And she could not find any fault until months later.
What did she find?
She came to me and said, Sabrina, he had recorded me one day fussing at him.
Oh, man, I thought you were about to say something.
No, listen to the story, y'all.
I thought you were about to say she okay.
He recorded her secretly in an argument. And she couldn't believe her ears. She couldn't believe she sounded like that to him. She couldn't believe she was using the words she used. Like, in her anger and her rage, she sounded like an animal.
Wow.
And she said, no wonder.
Wow. Why
he wanted somebody else who probably don't say 2 words. No wonder why he not talking to me. Because I'm not welcoming. You know, it's too much she got to fight through. Now, this doesn't condone infidelity, but it doesn't make it easy for him to stay at home. Because in the workplace, wherever he may be, he might have a peaceful voice that's affirming him every day. And that's encouraging him. Now, she wrong because he married, but that's her issues. He is having a hard time deciding, what do I do? Because at home where I love my wife, she cussing me out. She calling me names. There's no room for grace. I can't do nothing right. This lady here, I can't do nothing wrong.
Talk about it.
This feels so good to me. So I said all that to say, she has to reach a place of forgiveness because she did play a role in it. Let me get free with myself, y'all. Y'all didn't know I was married once before. And infidelity wasn't our issues. I'm going to be honest. You know, I can honestly say we probably just were not compatible.
That's fair.
And, you know, what he needed wasn't me. And what I needed wasn't him. And we didn't really know how to communicate that. We tried the best we could, right? So things happened. Our relationship was very volatile because we didn't know how to handle our emotions. So we went to violence. You know, that's just real talk. And
fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. So anyways, it wasn't until once I was divorced and really going through my healing process, you know, just really processing the whole divorce and everything, that I realized I'm not the easiest person to talk to. And when I get upset, that's not a good area to, you know, I'm not a good person to be around. And I can see how what I'm doing is emasculating him. And a man who has power that now feels less of a man because of a woman, he has to find some type of way to gain control. So not only did I have to forgive him for what he did, but I had to forgive myself for my behavior. And I had to learn what my behavior was so I wouldn't then do the same thing in my next relationship.
So you would say that point number one would be you have to understand you have to understand your position in the forgiveness aspect.
Correct. So I think that if you can take a little bit,
1%.
This is not every situation.
Yes.
But if you can take a little bit of responsibility in the harm that was done, then you can find a way to forgive. It can be a little easier to forgive. It's hard to do that because you're not taking responsibility. So the first point I'm making is forgiveness is difficult because we can't find responsibility or the our faults in whatever the harm that was done. So people said I agree.
I was gonna say that I think another point is we forget how it feels to be forgiven. And I think that so often we go into these moments of, you know, panic, man, like I'm hurt, you know, somebody said something wrong to me, you know, I you know, whatever has happened, and it's like I can only view out the tunnel of revenge. And revenge is so unhealthy because revenge is not only am I paying you back, but I'm taking it up another level. So I know that you stole some money from me, but my revenge is I'm gonna make sure your business gets shut down. Like I'm gonna go that length. Like I'm not. I know that you stole $50 from me, but I'm gonna now make sure that I tell your wife about that side piece you got. Yeah. Like I'm gonna do more than is healthy for me. And so some people feel like revenge is the way to go.
Yeah.
But I think when you sit back as a mature adult and think, but I done did some wrong too. And I remember that they forgave me for something that they ain't had no business forgiving me for as fast as they did. And we quickly can forget that, man, I was in the wrong just 5 months ago. and I didn't think I was going to be able to save that relationship.
Yes.
But they forgave me. And so here I am sitting in this seat, like I'm Caesar himself, making a ruling on somebody else's life when I should be the first one to forgive. Those who have been forgiven much have to forgive much. And at the end of the day, that's our position in life. When you're a good person, when you're a Christian person, you have to understand that no one owes you anything. But when somebody chooses to forgive you, they don't have to forget. But they can forgive you, and you should be like, wow, like I didn't deserve that at all.
Yes.
But the fact that somebody thought enough of me to forgive is dope. Let me also tell y'all something else. It only hurts you to forgive. I always talk about this, and I want y'all to remember this. This is one of the best things I'm going to say tonight, is if I handed you a coffee cup, right? So I handed you this cup of coffee, and it was burning hot. And, you took this cup, right? And you took this and you was holding it, and it was hot. If it burns you, and you let it continue to burn you, that's your fault.
Yes.
It's the same thing with forgiveness. You can hurt me by giving me this cup, but if I continue to hold on to it, it's my problem. So at some point, I got to let the cup go for whatever you've done to me. And I got to say, you know what? As much as you burned me by giving me this, at some point in time, I got to be responsible enough for my own heart, for my own mental space, and the people in my life to be like, you know what? To hell with that. Like, I'm about to put this cup down and I'm going to get healthy because whatever that was ain't worth my peace. Ain't nothing in this world worth your peace. Ain't no person, no sex, no money. Peace, when you've lost peace, you will understand very quickly about how valuable it is. It is more valuable than an opportunity. It is more valuable than a check. Mm-hmm. It is more valuable than being famous.
We've seen what people who've lost peace look like.
Listen, you don't think...
They're millionaires and billionaires that are suicidal, addicted to drugs,
Come on now.
lost their mind,
Come
struggling
on.
with mental illnesses. Those are the people who have lost their peace.
Come on.
Because it appears they have everything that they want. Beautiful family, beautiful wife, lots of money, stardom, success. And you like, why he looking all crazy? Why he talking to himself? And there's plenty of examples of that right now. Like, I think quarantine has revealed so many mental illnesses within people. Trying to commit suicide just because you've been in the house with your husband.
Discomfort within yourself.
You don't have no peace. So that's what losing peace looks like. That's a great segue into the third point of why forgiveness is difficult. Because, listen, I'm already hurt. You didn't add it to my hurt. I was hurt before you hurt me. Somebody else did something. So your pain, the pain you caused me, I'm putting that on top of the pain from somebody else. I never healed. So it's just like, I got a cut, didn't heal it, just ignored it. I'll deal with that. You put a knife over the same cut. Now I'm bleeding again. Now it hurts even worse. And it really is not your fault. I was cut already. You just made it worse. That's my fault for not healing my cuts before I even came close to you.
Shouldn't have played until I was healed.
Exactly. I just kind of ignored the injury. I never rehabbed. I never got to surgery. I never fully rested.
My.
I never rested the injury. I just kept playing hurt. And so when you hurt me again, now, I get to blame you now. And I didn't forgive them, so I'm definitely not going to forgive you because I'm hurt even more.
That's deep.
It's so true, though. I think we all have done that. And now they trying to feel like, well, dang, all I did was lie. I didn't think it was. I said sorry. Well, you lied on top of their lies. So now I just feel like I'm not worthy of the truth.
Wow.
So, and you reminded me of that. So anything you want to say to that point?
I thought you nailed that, to be honest with you. And
it's what it is.
When you have, it's the simple reason, it is the cut, the scab, and the scar thought, right? So if I have a cut, we all know that I'm hurt. And the person that hurt you knows you're hurt. And the minute that the first thing they do is they back up. So we mess up because when we see the scab, we have the belief that we're healed. The problem is that when we won't let the scab heal, and we start picking at it by letting that person back in our life, by going back into situations that, burned us in the first place. We start picking at the scab, and you can always tell when the scab ain't ready because it make your mouth water. And something about it, causes you to be like, I shouldn't be messing with this, but it feel kind of good, so I'm gonna keep going. And you peel the scab and you start the process over again. But there's something about a scar that's a beautiful thing, because the scar is healed. The scar is a reminder of what we've been through. The scar is a reminder of I'm not going to do that again.
Right.
The scar is the reminder of I've forgiven them, but I haven't forgotten their name.
Yes.
That's the point of the scar. But we make the mistake of thinking that we're healed too soon, and we put ourselves in environments that cause dis-ease. So we're not at ease at all, and we're sick inside, perpetuating health all the time. Let me just stop. Y'all keep going.
Okay, wait. You said something.
Yeah,
I wanted to let you finish. But you said something. I can't remember exactly what you said.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say, and you're going to tell me as soon as I say this, what you said. Ladies, guess what? A man can see that you're hurt. He's either going to be mature enough to help you heal, or he's going to run because he doesn't want to deal with it. When he meets you, you think you're covering it up. You think, I'm getting dressed. I ain't got to think about Billy tonight because I'm going out with Bob. So I'm going to get my best Bob hairstyle, put the good face on, pull the good perfume out, and I'm going to have all the rights. I'm going to call my girls up. Girl, what should I say when he asks me X, Y, and Z? Girl, say this. Don't even talk about Billy. Forget Billy. We done with Billy. We got Bob. All the questions are insinuating that you hurt by somebody else. You checking off his checklist.
Come on.
Billy lied, so you like, so who was wrong in your last relationship? Was it you or her? Well, I ain't do nothing. Billy. So you running down the checklist that ain't got nothing to do with Bob.
Wow.
And he can see, something she ain't right. And I just was trying to have a drink with you, sis.
But watch this. He know you ain't right, and he will manipulate the opportunity because you're vulnerable.
Yes.
If he's of bad morality.
Yes. Men, for a lot of women that have asked themselves, why did he disappear? Why did he sleep with me and not come back? Why did he not come in? All of those questions, a lot of the answers is because he knew you weren't ready for what he wanted. He may not have been ready for a relationship. It could have maybe gotten to that when you were a healthy person and y'all were just vibing. Excuse me, but since you were so unhealthy and he wasn't even ready for a relationship, he don't have time to sort through that mess.
Wow.
He don't have time to be ready for something that you're ready, that you think you're ready for. You're not even ready. He know you're not ready. You think you're ready, and that was never his intention. So he just gonna run. He gonna get what he can carry, and he gonna leave with his hands full and be gone. And then you're stuck like, dang, I did everything that I said I would. I did everything you said. I put on the good stuff. I look good. I told him about my degree. I told him I don't got no kids, or I do got kids and they're well taken care of. I told him I make my own money. I told him about my good credit. I told him I got my own house. You know, what's wrong? What happened? Because he can see underneath all of that. First of all, he ain't got to know all that on the first day or the first week or the first anything. It's just a first. So you said something that made me feel like a lot of men are running from the pain. If he's healthy enough, or if he wants you bad enough, he may stick around. You know, he may be patient with you. He may have the skills and amount of counseling or therapy or whatever to be able to handle you where you are. I'm going to be honest, most men are not there. They're not there. They're just trying to get to know you. And they already knew something ain't right.
Facts. Okay, real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go on a run. I want to make sure that you guys know how to follow me at ChrisMarvel. At ChrisMarvel. I need to find a way to type that. Let me see if I can type that somewhere.
Go ahead. You can put that down.
Let me see. Sabrina, you should pin it down there.
Okay, let me do that for you. Because I need y'all to be able to... He preaches his gospel on the regular, y'all.
I try.
You know, on the regular, I just be working out.
I try. I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in on this because I think there's something here that is very, very important for me to actually say here. And first off, this wine is amazing.
Isn't it amazing? Shout out again to St. Sadler Wines. Sponsored our wine for the night. Also, don't forget, best question for this evening. Best question is going home with a complimentary bottle of wine from St. Sadler. You'll be drinking, same exact bottle. Raspberry, what is this? Riesling. Raspberry Riesling.
It's delicious.
Yes, you're going to get a nice little wine package. So drop your questions in the question box. Towards the end of the live, we're going to answer the questions, and we're going to pick which one is the best question.
Black business.
Yes. All right.
So listen, what I was going to say was, let me be very, very clear. It is no one's responsibility to heal you.
Come on.
And looking for healing through another person is very, very dangerous.
It's a sickness in itself.
It is a sickness in itself. And so what you end up doing is you position yourself well enough in this person's pocket, not their physical pocket, but right in the pocket, right in the groove of them. You acquiesce to all that they want you to do in hopes that they're going to caretake enough for you, that they're going to soothe your wounds. And what ends up happening is you put yourself in a position to be manipulated. So you start giving sex, you start giving gifts, start giving money because he's loving on you. So it feels like an equal transition. But the truth is you're not really getting healing. You're not really addressing the needs. You're just being soothed.
Correct.
And so I always tell my son, I say, you know, that cut that you have on your foot, this is actually just very recently, that cut that you have on your foot, it's cool. We can put a Band-Aid over it. We can soothe it. But the true healing is going to come when we expose it. Oh, good God!
Come on.
The true healing is going to come when we let everybody else see it. When we really shine a light on it. If we keep covering it up, then it's never going to get the healing that it needs, and it's actually going to take longer. So you can keep diving into these relationships to show your girlfriends, Letitia and Quetta, that you got it all together. So you finally got the house, your credit's good, and you got the new car, and now you got the man. But on the inside, you know that the answers are not being answered, and that you still got a hole somewhere in your gut that a penis can't fill. All right, I'm done. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry.
You know these penises can't feel nothing.
Remember this. If a baby come out of it, a penis can't fill you.
Why do I say stuff like that?
Okay.
So, I should be doing
That's
that.
just ridiculous.
Okay, so there are people asking questions about the questions. The questions need to be relative to the topic today. The question box is down below. There's a little question mark at the bottom of your live. You click that, and then you can submit your question. Okay? And Chris, really quickly, do a recap of the points we've covered as far as why is forgiveness difficult. There's like a fruit fly, y'all. It happens. We all got them in our houses.
When we first started, it talked about it doesn't feel satisfying like payback. That's why we have trouble forgiving. And number 2, we talked about, we forget how it feels to be forgiven.
Yes.
And number 3, you are putting this on top of your other pain.
Yes.
And
now, right there, before we go
to
the next one, I think it's important that we both define what forgiveness is.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I thought I was forgiving people. Mm-hmm. I thought if I keep talking to them and I'm still being your friend, I forgave you, right? You still get access to me, so you've been forgiven. Mm-hmm. Right or wrong? I was so wrong. That's not forgiveness at all. Because what happens if you do something else to me? Oh, but I just forgave you. How dare you? When I forgive you, you're not supposed to do nothing else to me.
Yeah.
You one and done. You don't have no more chances.
Yeah.
So once I understood what forgiveness was, I could truly be free.
Yeah.
So give your definition of forgiveness.
So my definition of forgiveness is releasing the weight of what was done to you off of you, but not finding it necessary to forget. Mm-hmm. So I'll just make that basic. I don't have to carry the burden of the pain with me about what happened. So I'm releasing that responsibility of you to reconcile me, to bring me even. I'm releasing that from you. You can't make it even for the pain you brought to me. So I'm releasing that responsibility from you, and I'm going to choose to release it. That's my choice. So whether or not I even talk to you about it. I may never come to Sabrina and say, I forgive you. Mm-hmm. But in my heart, I've forgiven you and I've moved on. And now I can move on with my life.
Correct. Can you give us a real life example of, if it's not too personal, someone you had to forgive?
Yes.
And what it looks like for you?
So I had someone that was really, really deep to my life. It was a mentor of mine. And just some things that went awry. And just some things were said that just wasn't, in the best way.
Okay.
And I took it very personal. And it took me a while to get to that space because of my own lack of maturity.
So what were you doing while you were taking your time to get to that space?
Just grieving hot, triggered at all times.
Because you talked to them during that time?
In a very surface sense.
Okay. Just hi, how you doing?
I mean,
good to see you type.
I just knew that our relationship had changed.
Okay.
But I became comfortable with the change.
Okay.
And so once I became comfortable with the fact our relationship changed, it was like, okay, I need to let that go because I'm not they don't even know that I'm at ease, that I'm at dis-ease. They moved on with their life. That's the illest part about it. And now for me, I need to let that go because the only person that's being affected right now is me.
Exactly.
So I made a decision consciously to say, you have to move on or you will remain stuck in this place and it will keep you mentally trapped in how you see not only them, but other people. That was killing me.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
You?
So for me, the way I see forgiveness is, first of all, as Chris mentioned, it has nothing to do with the other person.
No.
At all. You don't need to call them. You don't need to text them and say, I've forgiven you. They're going to be like, for what? I don't even remember what I did.
And that's going to make you feel corny.
Then you're going to be like, never mind, I don't forgive you no more. Because you're supposed to understand what this is about. So it's between you and you, or you and God. And it's you allowing yourself to no longer be affected by what they did. That's all it is. You have to allow yourself. I'm going to be honest. The situation I had with my ex-husband Man, was it tough to let that go. But if I held on to it, we wouldn't be able to be co-parents. I don't think my child would be as happy as he is because he would be picking attitudes. Whose side am I going to be on today? Well, one mad, this one happy, or this one mad and this one happy. So I'm just they kind of get stuck in the middle sometimes. Or as they get older, I'm going to be mad with mommy. Or I'm going to be happy with daddy and we're going to be mad at mommy. You know, so I didn't want my son in a position where he had to choose a parent because we can't make a choice. We can't decide. We're over this. So our relationship with my child would not be the same. He's now remarried. I wouldn't have been able to accept his new wife, which would have made the dynamic very uncomfortable for everyone involved. If I see his wife and can't say hello, and then my son looking like, well, I like her. What's wrong? Why you ain't speaking to her? It puts everybody in a tough situation. He's in a situation where he got to defend his wife. He may have to give me the cold shoulder to make her feel comfortable. Think about this. All this work. All this work would have come from my lack of forgiveness. I don't have that much time, years to do all that work. I'm trying to work for myself and work for the Lord. I ain't got time to be working for you. So I had to let it go for me because I am the only one affected by it. If anything, sometimes men, it strokes their ego when you think about them so much. It strokes their ego when you're so bothered by their presence. You see him and you just can't even speak. They're like, that's why I don't even be with her because look how mad she is. Like, I'm so glad I got about that. She's so mad every day. She just mad that the day is here.
That's real.
You know, like, it validates his point of this is why I did that to her because look at her. So it just turns you into a monster. It makes you appear to be unstable. So the fact that I was able to let it go, I have so much peace in that area. That's one less thing that I don't have to think about that at all. If I'm talking about this, not shedding a tear. I have no real emotion behind it because I made a choice that happened. Thank God I was equipped to survive it. And now I can move forward and survive the next task.
Can I interrupt you? I want y'all to know something real quick.
I can't see
That
this.
she not putting, okay, so here's the thing. I'm about to say this.
Okay, I knew something was right.
Y'all got to understand something. I've known Sabrina a long time. This is growth. I think y'all really need to understand something. What she's saying, it sound like she kind of saying this answer that makes sense. But you got to understand that what she's saying is it's growth. That's not how Sabrina was, 7 years ago.
I was going to make you pay.
So I just want to applaud you.
Thank you.
For growing, and I think that that's a true testament of being an adult is saying, I'm not who I was at 25. I've made mistakes, at 25, 26, 27 that I look back on man, you was a effing fool. You could have cost yourself this, you could have cost yourself that, just being selfish. And, she's looking at her life man, if I could do that over again, I would change this, And it's the true point of growth and forgiving yourself is saying, you know what, I did that, but I'm not going to do that no more.
Correct.
And the fact that the reason I'm looking at Sabrina fascinated is because I'm wow,
you went through that with me. Friend
that's really grown. She is really I think that's so dope to me. So
thank you. But it's a true testament. We have to figure out how to get there. And so I'm going to, before we move on to point 4 and 5, and we get making good time, I want to talk about how you get to that point of forgiveness. Because it's not a thing that just you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, the forgiveness has happened. No, I had to ask God to help me with that. Day in and day out. First of all, I had to have a willingness. I had to literally say, I don't want to hold on to this anymore. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like how it changes my interaction with him and other people, whoever it is. I don't like the fact that if other people still like him, I'm mad at them. And they're like, well, he didn't really do anything to me. I didn't share your pain. I'm like, everybody got to be mad at him. If I'm mad, we mad. It's Team Sabrina. I didn't even like, it make people feel like I don't even want to deal with Sabrina because she give us too many choices. We can't just show up and be ourselves. We got to be you know, her attitude, her tone. So I didn't like that, what it made me look like. You know, you could be very beautiful, but your pain just make you look like an ugly person.
My God.
So I wanted to be beautiful inside and out. And so I had to be willing to say, you know what? Thank God I survived it. Because some people don't survive it and they can't forgive. It's too late. I survived it. Thank God. So because I survived it, I now have the strength and the tenacity to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked God, could you please help me move on from this? And it's almost magical. I'll be honest. It's almost magical how many things you'll get done once you become willing to do them.
Let's go.
Literally. Like, if you're tired, I'm going to give you a really, really basic analogy. You know, we having that one sleep. It's raining outside. It's a Saturday. You really ain't got nowhere to go for real. But you sleep. You just sleep. Like, I don't have to get out of the bed.
Yeah.
I could get a lot done, but I don't have to. I could do it tomorrow.
I'm going to chill.
But when you actually say, you know what? No, I'm getting up, and you're willing to get up anyway, you're going to get so much done, and you're going to feel so powerful. Like, why knock that out?
You set your mind to it.
So I can sleep the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So because I had the willingness, it was almost like, oh, I can just do it now. Because I gave myself permission. So when I gave myself permission to let it go, my dialogue changed. I no longer have this tone in my voice. I'm no longer mad at your messages.
That's good.
I no longer have to attack anything you say. I no longer have to judge every mistake you made or continue to make, because we're human. I'm just giving you grace. I'm just treating you like I would treat any of my friends.
That's good.
So that came with prayer, meditation, a lot of journaling, writing every emotion down, reading books from Sand to Pearls is one of my favorite books. It really changed my life on how a woman, well, first of all, the process of how sand becomes pearls, because it's two different things. Mm-hmm. If I have sand right here, we don't really care about that. Mm-hmm. If I have some pearls right here, it's valuable.
Come on now.
Right? I don't want that sand, but why do you want the pearls if you don't want the sand?
From sand to pearls.
Because you got the pearls out the sand. And this book broke it down so good. I said, wow, I have to enjoy the gritty. You know, when you walk through sand, it ain't clean. Mm-hmm. Your feet hurting. It's hot. You're sinking in it. You can't hurt it.
It ain't stable.
It's not stable. But if you can get through that, you can reach the pearls. Oh. So read the book, y'all. It really helped me put into perspective, like, this is part of my process to be in a pearl. And that's technically being able to forgive is part of the sanding process. It's part of the process of becoming the pearls. Holding on to that unforgiveness, I probably would still be sandy, tough, challenging, gritty. I would be all those things would have been how you describe me. Oh, she's useful. Because sand can be very useful. She's very useful, but he's tough.
Like, don't want to deal with her too long.
Right. She kind of tough now. And you might need some extra shoes. And, that's not how I wanted to be described. It should be like, you know what? She used to be this, but man, have you seen her lately? Have you seen how she is now? Go ahead, Chris.
So, number 4?
Yes, we are on number 4.
So you are finding a false sense of self-worth through sympathy. All right.
This is deep
right
here.
There are times where, so like, for instance, I had recently tore my Achilles tendon in May. I had surgery.
Tell them how you...
All right. Okay.
Tell them how you tore your
Achilles. You ain't getting no camera time on this one. Listen, so I was out... He's about
to make this sound so good.
I was
and
out
I'm gonna give you my version. Go ahead.
Playing basketball. I'm 35, had no business out there. And I'm tell you the truth.
Yourself.
I'm already defending myself. So I was out playing basketball. And,
who was you playing with, Chris?
So I was playing with my kids, playing with a couple other people, and Sabrina. And Sabrina was checking me, and I made my Kobe move, I made my Kobe move, like it was
Kobe-like.
Yeah, rest in peace to
Kobe-like.
Bean. It was a Kobe-like move, It was the step. It was the same step that he took when he tore his Achilles.
It wasn't that same step.
And so my Achilles popped, right?
I tried to tell him to pass the ball.
So here's the thing. See, she thought I was Kobe because they always say Kobe passed the ball. So here's the problem.
You want to pass it.
For weeks, the sympathy, the comfort of somebody caring about you was very new to me, because I don't look for sympathy in my life. I don't look for people to feel sorry for me and things of that nature. I kind of move on. I tough it out. It's just kind of how I'm built that way. But it kind of felt good, you know, to know that somebody cares about me more than normal. Like, they care about this injury. They care about the fact that I had surgery, that I can't walk, like all this stuff. And at some point, you got to understand that that you can protect your oh my God. You can protect your willingness to heal, because if you heal, you stop getting sympathy. Oh my Lord.
Facts.
So the problem is that you have to make a cognitive decision that I'm going to choose to get well, even if it means people start seeing me as healed and I lose the sympathy. That's a decision you got to make as an adult. And so that's the problem that some of us have. We would much rather walk in a fence than actually giving someone an opportunity to be healed. And so that's our fault. We would rather keep someone in a place where we feel like they owe us than giving them the space to be forgiven. Oftentimes, we can keep people in a sense of bondage, making their life less peaceful, keeping them messed up, you know, changing their whole family dynamic, because we're being selfish because it feels good to make you feel bad.
I'm guilty of that. I am so guilty of that.
Wow.
I'm guilty of that in my relationship. The one I'm in right now. Because I feel like, you know, if I don't, when you said keeping them in bondage, and continuing to make them feel guilty instead of not creating a space of forgiveness, it starts to make me feel like, did you really learn? Did you really hear the problem if I stop talking about it?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't think you heard me, so I'm going to present this in every way I can until I hear you say, or I see you hear it. You know, and I can only hear that and see that by your changed behavior. But I can't change your behavior. And you're not even going to want to change your behavior if I continue to treat you this way. You know, that's not my responsibility. But I am very guilty of that because, number one, I'm still learning. And number two, because I just need to understand that you can't do that no more. The thing about relationships is that's not our place, our job. Our choices are to leave or stay.
I tell clients this often. I say, when you tell one person about your issue, you're looking for help. When you start telling 2 to 3 more people, you're looking for attention. And that attention is more you trying to soothe yourself, because oftentimes we lack a position of how this makes me feel. Like, I don't, like, you made me feel bad, whatever you did, but man, it feels good to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, man, it feels good to make, like, I don't know how to necessarily, like, corral my feelings or how to grow from this moment. So even though you moved on, you broke up with me, you broke my heart, I don't know how to move on. So I'd rather make you feel bad to keep you in a place that keeps you feeling bad, so I know you're tied to me still.
I'm going to challenge us real quick.
Let's do it.
Because you said something, and it really resonated in me. So, if someone hurts you, right, we can all argue that they may not love you
possibly
the way we thought they did.
Or they just have brokenness in them.
But what I'm saying is, when you're hurt, you don't consider their brokenness.
No, you're just hurt.
You feel it as, they don't love me the way I thought they did.
Fair enough.
Correct? So, this is going to be real powerful, y'all. So, please listen intently. So, the way we respond to them with our unforgiveness, can we say that they can say, well, you didn't love me the way I thought you loved me either? Because if you're not forgiving me for what I did, what's the difference?
That's good.
We're both lacking in the willingness to show grace.
That's good.
Right?
I thought you wanted to I thought you would want to keep our relationship
right.
going.
If you truly love me,
that's good.
You can get past this. So we're both struggling on different ends of the spectrum, but it's still a struggle. You struggle to do right. I struggle to accept your wrongdoings.
That's good.
And so it's a vicious cycle. So in order for this to break and me get out of this cycle, I have to say, yes, I do love you, so I can forgive you for this. That doesn't mean do it again, we're back together, whatever the relationship is. It means I'm no longer causing you harm and treating you bad.
That's good.
And that's where I had to realize
That's good.
you're no better than them if you cannot choose to show love still. Because you're making a choice. They may have made a choice intentionally or unintentionally, whatever it is, the harm was done and it hurt you. They may have apologized a million times. They may sincerely have been sorry, right? But you're so hurt. Nope, I can't. I won't. That's not love either.
We all have a responsibility to build our bridge.
Yes.
And we got to just build our bridge. Now, whether or not that person builds their bridge, even if I did you wrong, even if you did me wrong, I can still build my bridge as an opportunity for you to reconcile with me.
Yep.
Now, whether or not, because oftentimes you're not, just because you were wrong doesn't mean that if you offer forgiveness, a person's going to be mature enough to understand where they wronged you.
Exactly.
It may take them a while to even apologize correctly. But, and oftentimes that could be even more hurtful, that they apologize wrong.
Yes.
They left out mistakes. They don't really care to entertain certain points. So at some point, you can build your bridge. It may take them a second. But at the end of the day, the goal is for both of you to be able to walk across and still have a relationship.
Yes.
And whether or not that happens, as long as you did your part, that's all you can take. That's
Absolutely.
all you can take credit for.
And in most cases, I'll be honest, guys, people that hurt you, we can get to the last question before we start Q&A. I mean, the last point before we get to Q&A. In most cases, when someone has hurt you, they're so broken already, they don't even realize what they did. They don't. Now, they may have known, let's just say they cheated. They know they cheated. They haven't realized the pain it caused you, because their pain caused them to cheat on you. And when I say pain, brokenness, instability, father wounds, mother wounds, whatever they were struggling with, they didn't have control over their own emotions, their own decision making. They were trapped in temptation. Whatever happened, they were not strong enough. A lack of healing is a lack of strength. So they weren't strong enough to say no to that. And they weren't even having you in mind for real. Later, it's like, dang, she gonna be mad. And I didn't even mean to do that to her.
In the moments in which, I have done wrong, even in my marriage, it's always been a moment in which I've realized later I was trying to heal a part of myself through the wrong means. And so that's where that's where I've had to grow as a man. See, we have to realize that we're all human beings. Like, we all got this thing, we got this past, we got this childhood, we got these parents that weren't perfect and didn't necessarily give us all the lessons. We seen stuff, we heard stuff, and so we're just living out what either we've been trained to do or we haven't been trained to do. And so when I've done wrong, whether it's towards, my kids, I've said something wrong, I've had wrong actions with my wife, I've been, entertaining the wrong things. Like, those are areas in which are opportunities for growth. Now, here's where forgiveness comes in much easier. When someone shows you they're willing to grow.
Yeah.
Like, that makes it much easier. You don't owe it to somebody to reconcile, but you do owe yourself to forgive them. You hear what I said? You don't owe it to them to reconcile, but you do owe it to yourself to forgive them. And so how do you know you've forgiven? One simple way is you stop checking their timeline to see if they're thinking about you. And so that's one simple way. But you also just stop looking for them, period, to contact you.
Yeah.
To see if they're willing to make up with you. You've moved on.
Yeah.
And so at some point you have to just acknowledge yourself, I'm a human being, I've messed up. How can I make myself correct so that I can deal with people even better in the long run? But let's get to that last point. We want to take your questions real quick.
Yeah. We may have to do a continuation with the Q&A.
Y'all gonna stick around?
It's going to probably cut off at the hour point. We will do the Q&A on the second half. So this live will be saved to my IGTV, and it will be uploaded within a couple days onto the YouTube channel as well. So you will be able, if you're just joining us, you'll be able to watch the full video after this. So don't worry. Just make sure as soon as we log off, you stick around because we're going to do the Q&A. And that is when we're going to announce the winner of the wine, who has the best question. So if it's you and you're not on the live, I'm going to the next person.
It's so freaking good, though.
It's so good.
It's so good. So I want you to talk about, Sabrina, like that people think that forgiveness means friendship.
I know how many people I forgave I ain't talked to in years. And I'm so good with that.
I like keeping a slim friend list.
Yeah, like, I'm to the point now, y'all, I don't even want new friends. Okay?
No new friends.
I'm working on this wedding list. I'm starting with a long list and figuring out who is coming.
Oh, okay.
You know, I know all these people. All these people ain't coming. So who is coming?
Yeah.
No, but all jokes aside, it's like, you have harmed me. I have moved on. You don't even know that we're not friends anymore.
Wow.
Because I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not treating you bad. I haven't really even changed my behavior. I just don't mess with you no more.
Wow.
And I don't have to announce that. Anytime you're announcing it's over with, this is done. You're not healed. You're not forgiven. You're looking for a response to either hear what you want to hear so it can mend the situation, or you want to argue. Because a healed person don't need to talk to you. You don't need to talk to them about anything. But all those people that need closure, that closure meeting is for y'all to get closer. That's all it is.
That's enough. What are you?
I be like, girl, closure. He cheated, changed his number,
Man.
and he got a new girl on his Instagram.
Come
It's
on.
closed.
Closure ain't nothing but another meeting.
You just trying to ask why and see if y'all
Get
can
out.
still keep going. You don't need no closure. That's fake.
Man,
That's
come
fake.
on.
So, when you're really forgiving, it's like, no, I don't know what he got going on because I've been focusing on me, or I've been focusing, or I got me a new, or whatever, So, you don't have to. The one thing forgiveness is is we back cool again.
You know why? Because every friend isn't fit for every season.
No.
And
we are learning that right now.
Every friend is not fit for every season. I remember LV telling me, Lady Vernon, she told me, I used to ask her, she's the first lady of a church, and I used to ask her, how do you show everybody this level of intimacy as if they all know you? And she said, because I let people in, I let people in until the point that I'm comfortable, to different levels. And so that's the same thing in your life. You can forgive all types of people. But the truth is that you can then also put up fences and guardrails to the proximity of your heart.
Come on
to
now.
the proximity of your life. Everybody don't deserve the innermost parts of you. They don't deserve to know, when your mom is having that special family dinner. They don't deserve to know, when you guys are going on vacation if they're invited. Like, you might have lost access.
Yes.
And so sometimes if you walk into a corporate office, the truth is that everybody has a different access card. And that access card allows you to walk through certain parts of the building until you get to the parts with the most secrets. And so that's the same thing in your relationships, is that not everybody gets an opportunity to get to the innermost parts with the deepest part of your secrets. And when you have made a mistake that causes us to have some type of disconnect, in the end of the day, our friendship may no longer be friendly, but it may no longer be family, but it can be friendly. I don't owe you disrespect, but I can be friendly to you.
Absolutely. Okay, on that note, I have screenshot all the questions. Thank you guys for submitting them because they're going to cut us off really soon because you only get 1 hour on IG Live. Yeah. We're going to come right back and we are going to discuss some of these questions. We're going to review them on live and we're going to, let me just show you what you're going to get first. So.
Oh, yeah, we got prizes.
Yes, this is for you. Whoever has the best question, in our opinion, we are picking it. So
that's what we drinking right now.
And it's wonderful strawberry
so
Riesling.
Good.
You're also going to get a Saint Sadler tank.
Wow.
Still if you are a man, give it to your boo. Because you ain't about to be drinking this wine by yourself anyway, okay? Give it to the girl you're drinking it with.
Brother,
and lastly, you're going to get a Saint Sadler face mask, okay?
COVID
so when
is
you're
real.
going in the grocery store, everybody be leaving their mask in the car, right? You could just put this one in your pocket. This can be an extra and a spare. So all of this will be in a care package that will be mailed directly to you. So we will be right back. Stick around so we can announce who the winner is, and we can do some Q&A with you guys. And we also may pick one person, like Chris said. I don't know. We may pick a person to join us in the live.
Wow. Whoever has the best question.
Okay, so if you have the best question, I think that's fair.
If they're still here.
If you're still here, you can join us in the live, request to be in the live, and we will accept it. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, end now. All right. Download video.
That looks totally different than last time.
Couldn't save.
Does it look different than last time?
It looks different every time I use this thing.
What?
Oh my God. No, it didn't. Okay.
Wait, you want?
Okay, it couldn't save, so let me just share the IGTV because I can always get it off of here. Cover. Almost lost mine.
How was it?
What, this right now?
The whole episode so far.
I think it's going great.
That's good.
I think it's going great.
I think whatever we do, we will push people to forgive tonight.
Okay, post a preview of video we share in your feed. Okay. Did you miss our live tonight? View the full video here and give us your thoughts. No. And comment below with your thoughts. Hashtag. I screenshot the questions as you saw. So I'm gonna airdrop them to your tablet. He versus she in relationships. Okay, post. All right, it's posted. Once it posts, yeah, I think it's going great, to be honest. People are really in tuned. And we'll be able to see how many people actually came on once it loads. I hate my letters up here are white. I can't even see them. I hate that. But that's what it is. Okay, shared.
I'll change your background to black.
I don't know how to do that. It just interchanges on its own. Let me make sure I don't see the preview. It's there, but where's my preview? It'll pop up. I know it will, but let me archive this. I thought I pushed preview.
Wow. Wine good.
It is.
I need to put it on. That's some good.
Okay, let me just send you these so we can come back for these people be like, they not coming.
I wonder if Paul White labeled this though.
I don't know.
I don't know. Where's he really getting his wine from?
It says declined. Oh wait, airdrop. Chris Davis. Christopher's iPad. Got him? All right. It's sent. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, so let me go back to the live. All right,
so these are all the questions, right?
Yep. Q&A from our previous live video. Add title. Put this in here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Let's see. All right, and we're back. We are back. Hope you didn't go far. Okay, let's read through some of these questions.
Yeah, so these are...
Not that one. That was from earlier. This is from,
That's the earlier ones.
No.
There you go.
Okay, guys. So we're getting ready to do the Q&A. Let's see.
Thank y'all for sticking around, too. Thank y'all.
Yes,
Very dope.
thank you so much. Because there's 120-something people, so it looks like they came right back. Okay, so because the questions were on the previous live, I won't be able to post the question on the bottom. Usually if I click the question box, it will pop up. So instead, I'm just going to read the question. And you look through these as I read, as I look through them as well. And we just kind of notate which one we really like. That is always happening. Yeah. Okay.
Heavy.
Okay, and that is heavy. Okay, that's not a question. I kind of like that one to read and discuss. Now we've started a new live. We got some more time. How important is closure? No, we already. No, I don't. Thanks. Where you get that grounded, well-rounded tenacity from? That's not really relative. What is limit?
Sorry, y'all.
Bear with us.
We'll go to the
These
questions.
are some really good questions, guys.
And hopefully the person that we pick for the great question is still here.
Yes, please be here.
And don't have the kids running around in the background.
Yeah. Okay. So. Ooh. That's heavy. We got to discuss that one. So 2 so far I really see that we got to discuss. I think that's a good one. Yes. Because that will be a yes. Let's start there.
I disagree with you.
Okay, great. That's why it's he versus
great.
she.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is from Toy.el. Is it Toy L?
If Toy L is here, just give us 100 or a thumbs up or something.
The question is, do you all feel at times where you just can't forgive, even though you let it go? And I say yes. I do feel I just can't forgive, even though I've let it go. Chris said no.
I said absolutely, yeah. I think there's always space for forgiveness. Now,
Okay.
I don't think that you have to mend the fences, but I think you can always forgive because, again, forgiveness is not about them. Forgiveness is about you. And if you have to find a space in your life to let that go, like no matter what, you got to find. I read a story about a lady a man killed her son, and killed her son.
She killed her own son.
No, this guy killed her son.
Else?
A young guy killed her son.
Okay.
And he went to jail, and when he got out, she forgave him. And not only did she
How long
forgive
was he
him,
gone?
he was gone for like 10 years.
Okay, so she has some time.
Not only did she forgive him, she found him a place to live right next door to her. And he helps now families after he's figured out how to talk to women whose kids have been lost through murder. He's now done that, but you think he would have been able to do that and grow without forgiveness? Absolutely
You're just
not.
not in the camera, Chris. People need to see you.
I'm sorry. Do you think that he would have been able to do any of that if it wasn't for the fact that she forgave him? That she let go of that weight that she had to bear? She changed his life. She allowed him to grow because the Spirit of God was living inside of her, which was much stronger than her. She would not have been able to do any of that without the Spirit of God.
So I think that let's look at this situation. Same lady, same guy. What if he doesn't get 10 years?
And he gets free? She still has to learn how to forgive.
But do you think she would still have that same forgiveness?
I don't know that.
Probably not.
I would say.
Why do you think all these mamas is Black Lives Mattering,
God can do
marching?
anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. He can do anything, but he doesn't do everything.
He does everything.
He does not do everything.
He does everything.
He's capable of doing everything.
He can do everything. Now,
He
can change
he doesn't
the heart.
There are things he allows.
He wouldn't allow her to go through. He would.
He allows a lot of stuff,
That's
Chris.
fair. Okay, fair. Listen.
He is allowing a lot.
I would say this. In the end of the day, God.
Which one is mine?
The one with all of it in there.
Okay.
God is.
That's how you know there's some good lipstick, y'all. Because it ain't a print.
It ain't on there.
It ain't a stain. Shout out to Anastasia Beverly with the red.
At the end of the day.
Nothing on there. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I would say at the end of the day, God just has to, he's going to be able to forgive, to help people forgive and work through it.
Okay. I mean, for me, when I said, yes, I think there are situations where you can't forgive.
Okay.
I'm referring to, I'm not there yet.
Fair.
Not that it's not possible.
Okay.
I haven't grown that much yet. I haven't healed that much yet. I'm not that far in,
Your
Proverbs.
walk. Fair enough. Yeah. You still working through
I'm still
Genesis.
working through Genesis.
Yeah.
Okay? And so where I'm at right now, I can't forgive that.
Fair enough.
Now, I let it go in a sense where I'm not punishing you, but I'm still mad.
And you're not punishing yourself. You're trying to punish yourself.
Yeah, but to a sense, I may be punishing myself because I'm mad.
Yeah.
Anger affects me.
That's good.
But I'm not lashing out at you, so you don't even know I'm mad. So I'm not punishing you anymore, so I let it go. I see you. We don't beef. We don't fight. We don't argue. But deep down inside, I'm upset.
That's good.
I can't even hardly look at you.
Yeah.
But because I let it go, and I said I let it go, I have to show that I let it go. Mm-hmm. But I let it go inside.
So you're not saying that it's a thing. There's some things that you'll never forgive. You're just saying that it's some things that may just take longer than normal.
Yeah, and I mean, I may never get there. I may stop trying, but in those times, it's like, no, I haven't reached that one yet.
I agree.
Okay, so that's great.
That's good.
So Toyelle, were you here? Ooh, somebody said I'm a kill him.
I'm a kill him. Well, now we can't do that now.
Oh wait, you need your face.
We can't do that now.
Yeah, so you would be in sense bottling your anger, and I'm not saying that that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna kill him.
But yes, you will be bottling your anger. I saw someone say on here that they forgive but don't do it again. I'm here to tell you that's not forgiveness.
No.
Forgiveness doesn't come with rules and regulations. It's just, did you stop or not? Did you run the red light? Yes or no? Did you stop at the red light? Yes or no? Forgiveness is not, I kind of slowed down, but if you keep going, then no, it's a red light. You're getting a ticket.
This is one of the last pages.
Oh, yes.
Tassie Fine.
Oh,
yes. A lot of questions.
She may be the one. She may be the one. I think we'll do one more outside of her. I'll let you pick.
Let's see. Is it keeper doesn't run? How do you know?
Amen to that. Someone said I may forgive after watching you two.
Hey, that's the goal.
If we can help one person.
Come on.
If we can help one person, then we've done our job. 100%. Let me see who these people are requesting.
Okay.
While you searching.
Nuka 2. Why is it that it's easier for women to forgive a man, yet a man can't forgive a woman?
Because they're weak.
Here you go, look.
Men are weak.
Somebody that tried to... Is Persist M here?
Where's Persist M at? Where you at, girl?
If Persist M is here...
Where are you at?
I'm going to send you...
Where you at, girl?
Some of y'all ain't here.
Is Persist M here? Okay.
It's Nuka 2 here.
It's Nuka 2 here.
Oh, y'all got to show up.
Come on, y'all.
Do we got other questions in there from people? Them people might still be here.
Wow.
Persist
What type of diet?
Is that Bloom? Girl?
Here's Persist M. Yeah. Where's Persist M?
I'm going to read y'all her question to see. I'm going to let y'all know why. Her question was co-parenting after he remarries his mistress and builds a family. That's deep.
Crickets. There's Nuka 2.
Hey, Nuka 2.
Nuka 2 is here.
Okay, I'm going to read Nuka 2's question.
Okay.
Why is it that it is easier for a woman to forgive a man, yet a man can't forgive a woman?
Because we strong and y'all weak.
Yep, you trying to start an argument. All right.
Period. Next question.
So, why is it easier for a woman to forgive a man? I don't agree. I don't think that's true. I think that men forgive women all the time. I think men actually probably forgive women more than women forgive men.
You're crazy. Let me see these emojis.
I'm gonna tell you why.
If you agree what Chris just said, what emoji did you?
Okay, listen.
Because there's not gonna be. It doesn't matter what emoji it is. No one agrees with you.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
if you agree with me, let me see the female emojis, y'all.
Okay, I think that men forgive more because they know all the wrong they've done. So they quicker to forgive than women are who don't think that they ish stink. Sometimes.
No.
Just telling y'all. I'm just giving you my perspective. It's not all the time. I just think that men... Okay, watch this.
You have no emojis
Watch
here.
this. That's okay. I think that men are willing to forgive as well. To not think that women forget, to not think that men forgive is not cool. And women don't forgive either. Y'all hold grudges. How many friends have y'all not forgiven? How many girlfriends y'all
talking
forgiven?
about...
I'm just saying.
Okay, forgiveness in general.
Bays or y'all boo friends. Y'all ain't forgiving them.
We do be forgiving them. We be besties in a month. What you mean? Because I need her advice about the dude that I can't forgive.
Y'all need to do y'all hair, take y'all hair down. Y'all need her to watch your kids.
I've been forgave her. That's my girl.
All that.
Listen, we don't agree with you, Chris.
Okay, listen.
Men,
I still love y'all.
There is a very small percentage of men that may think that how you think.
That's fair.
It's songs all throughout the R&B and rap history where they talking about,
that's the problem.
If you would have did this to me, I probably wouldn't have forgave you.
Baby.
Please take me
baby.
back, but don't get me back.
Yeah,
Jay-Z, you ain't have to get me back like that. I know what I did was whack. Come on now. He can't handle that. Another bar.
You should add your own bar.
I added my own bar because I said his backwards.
Yeah.
But anyways, you get what I'm saying. They telling you, no, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
I can't handle what you do to me. I need you to forgive what you did to me, but I can't handle if you do the same thing because I'm weak.
Yeah, can I be honest with you though? Just in all jokes aside, men do struggle with forgiveness because oftentimes we grew up in a household where the expectation for us was so high, especially with our fathers, that they're not the most forgiving people.
If you had them.
If you had one.
If you had one.
So a lot of times men are burdening hurt and pain from their childhood, and they see it through the fact that they make a mistake, their dad's on top of them, cussing them out, telling them he's an idiot, that he's not nothing, he's blah, blah, blah. And
Did you see how upset these men were at Jada? They hate Jada. Why do they hate Jada?
Okay, so we can... Y'all want to do this?
Let's talk about
Y'all want to do this?
They hate Jada. I'm like, go ahead, Jada.
I don't think they hate
Do you, boo?
I don't think...
He said do you.
Okay, first off...
He made it clear.
I look at Will. Will looked very much so like he wasn't on board with everything.
He shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But because even though he wasn't on board, he made it very clear. He said, I was done with you.
Yeah, he's very, very clear.
Okay, so you done with me. Let me go get with somebody that ain't done with me. What you mean, no?
That ain't how that whole thing
And
went.
he said, you know I'm gonna get you back. She said, you already got me back.
But he said,
yeah.
but he said, I'm still gonna get you back.
And she said, what do you mean you already got me back?
Okay, he repeated again and said, I'm gonna get you back. He was very serious.
Meaning I'm gonna get you back for letting this get out again. I ain't already got you
That
back.
might be true.
But I'm gonna get you back again for having me to sit at this table and have to talk about this publicly.
I mean, that was a mess.
But I'm like, why is everybody mad at Jada? Oh, because God forbid a woman, God forbid a woman ever gets entangled with another man.
She wasn't entangled. She tied a knot herself.
Period. Men are the knot tying it.
Will was the only one entangled because he ain't know how to get out of that mess in a relationship with a man named August.
First of all, they were clearly on a break. They were both agreeing we were going through a tough time.
True.
We didn't think we was gonna make it.
I think the tough time
were going on a break.
I think tough time was caused by Will in this.
So why is it rules in a break?
There's definitely rules in a break.
Okay, so listen. Let me give you another example. And Dwayne Wade and Gabby, I love y'all. During their break, Dwayne Wade had a whole baby.
Which is crazy.
Nobody cared.
Which is crazy.
Go ahead and get your man, Gabby. Go ahead and get your man, Gabby. It wasn't, we hate Dwayne. Yeah. He can do that on a break. Oh, they was on a break. You know how it be. Yeah. Double standard. Why Jada can't go have a baby, but Dwayne Wade can. And listen, I support both of their marriges.
Jada,
because I've been married, I understand stuff happens.
I think Jada she got a slight groupie in her. A slight bit.
Man, don't be hating
She
on
had it with
Jada.
Pac. She ain't let
First of all, Pac,
listen.
First of all,
she talk about Pac to this day like
they had a connection.
Like Pac ain't been dead for 20 years.
Just because somebody died.
No. She talk about Pac like Will ain't sitting there.
Will?
Pac is great.
Be Pac, Will.
He is Will Smith.
That was Tupac.
He got the most basic name that you have, and he the only one we know. That's not. That's Will Smith.
She probably say, get your Pac on.
They was friends, but she really implies that she had a soul connection with Pac.
Right. Step your game up, Will. I bet she wasn't entangled with Tupac.
But listen, we've been hearing about the Smiths for a while.
Right. They've always had things going on. All I'm saying is,
they had a swing set.
Correct. They were the definition of it. All I'm saying is, I support both marriages. I don't think Dwayne Wade and Gabby was wrong. I don't think Jada and Will was wrong. I think it's marriage. I think it's relationship.
It's what you want.
I think it's...
Let me not say that. They're going to kill me for that.
It's what you make it?
Relationships are what you define it to be. Like, marriage is what God defines it to be. Like, what God says marriage is, that's what you define your relationship to be. How you relate to someone else, that's your thing. Now, whether or not the divine connects with whatever you're doing, that's a whole nother thing. But how you define your relationship is your thing.
It's what works for you.
It's what works for you. Yes. Now, you may not benefit from the blessings of through everything you're doing.
Yes.
But listen, let me just shut up.
No, why?
Because people,
you have a hard time when people not like you.
No, I don't. Okay, listen.
You don't want to be wrong.
No,
tell me.
I love being wrong. I argue people all day long about being wrong. Okay. I am simply just stating that I don't know if everyone understands that how you view your relationship in the confines within it is different than what the idealism of marriage is. So
correct.
We view the Smiths through the idealism of marriage. Like, ain't
what
no way
it's
in the
supposed
world,
to be.
Yeah, they shouldn't have did that. Yeah. You know, that's stupid.
Go ahead and get married. Good luck to you if you don't have a break.
When you in the marriage, the relationship is, you're going to take some detours. You're going to be like, oh, I can't believe we did that. Oh, I can't believe that we had them. I can't believe that we visited there. Like, you're going to have some stuff.
Yes.
And you're going to look back on it, and it's just going to be a part of the relationship.
Absolutely. And the part that makes a relationship stronger is when you get through those areas. They went through that. He knew she was entangling with his dangling, and they made it through that.
But watch this. And sometimes it just shows you the differences of, you ever seen like a person that has like they got a birthmark, and you'd be like, you know, that's real beautiful though. And that's kind of like that. Like, your relationship gets a birthmark. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, it wasn't how it was supposed to be, but you look back on it like, that was a real cool time though.
Exactly. We made it through that. Like, man, we made it through that. Yeah. That would have took some weak people out.
But I kind of like that memory. I kind of like when we did that. You know, it was different.
Right. So my whole point was, no one had any grace for Jada.
Because they think that they're
people
perfect.
Know Will been Will.
Yeah. Will was sitting there.
Will
he had a glassy eye. Will was sitting there like he just couldn't wait to leave. That was the shortest red table talk there. It was 12 minutes. It was 12 minutes.
You caught the entangle with the dangle. That was good, right?
Oh, you said that?
I said that.
You got the lines.
I got a few
you got a
in
few
me.
Lines. Yeah.
Okay, so
should we add real quick? Should we add a what's
people
hot?
Are requesting? Are we accepting these requests?
We'll accept one, but whoever accepts, you gotta be ready. Should we add a what's hot thing to the beginning of our live at the beginning? Like, whatever's hot going on culture, we talk about one thing like this at the beginning.
Yeah, help us out. We're new. We're learning.
That's
we're gonna
cool.
grow.
Would y'all like that if we just like softened y'all up with some real easy stuff? All right, so whoever wants to jump in on the live, be ready with your question. Talk about it, you know, whenever it is, and let's get into it. So let's pick somebody.
Let me comment to Ayana90. She's saying she's been married 20 years, dated for 23 years, same man. We have never done a break. What is that? Let me say this. No disrespect to you, but good job.
That's awesome.
That's dope. That's a small percentage. Relationships go through things. This is how you grow. The relationships went through things in the Bible.
That's awesome.
Like, it's what relationships are about. Learning, trusting, growing. So don't say, what's that? As if it don't exist, or if it does exist, that relationship is less valid than yours. That is how I'm taking it. Not saying that's what you're, trying to say, but for you to end that with, what's that? For you to be married so long, you should understand.
That's the goal.
That is the goal. But everybody does never achieve that goal. And that may not always just be the case. That doesn't mean that their marriage is not real, that is not true love, and that is not strong. It's just different than yours. I think people confuse different as wrong. That's different. This don't look like that, so that got to be wrong.
Can somebody send us a screen capture too? Like.
Oh yeah.
Just anyway, but go ahead.
Can't do anything. So yeah, and I don't have a problem challenging people's perspective. All I'm saying is, you can't minimize someone else's situation because it doesn't look like yours. That's like me saying, if your body is not like fat, what's that? I don't have that. Does that mean you're not beautiful if you have fat on your body? Let's talk about it. It's the same thing. I've been healthy. I done had 2 kids, y'all. I done gained all this weight. I still look fit. What you doing? What's wrong with you? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're just different. You haven't arrived.
Yeah.
You're beautiful where you're at. Your body still works. It's still doing well, just as mine. So let's not put judgment on relationships because they're different. Everybody has their own process and their own road to the destination.
Thanks.
Yours is straight, and wow, that's amazing. Like, I couldn't imagine how peaceful my life would be in a relationship if it was the same man, no breaks.
And be grateful that hasn't
I
happened.
don't know what to do.
Be grateful it hasn't happened.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Like, help us out. Don't look at us like, what y'all doing?
No, you don't want them breaks.
Okay, so
Who's gonna step on live?
let me look at these people. What y'all coming on here to talk about?
Listen, man. You're listening to a radio show. People
a
be
lot of people in here. Requests. Is he be doing too much? And I'm talking about you, Tana. Tisha McQueen. Sandra Jersey Girl.
All right.
You pick. Just pick one. All right. Okay. All right, girl. Let me see what you got. Sandra Jersey Girl. We're waiting for Sandra Jersey Girl. All right. You know how on the radio they take too long? You be like, next caller.
Now, this ain't Tory Lane's club thing. Don't
Nah.
be coming in here naked.
Please don't. I'm soon to be married, and he has a beautiful
Don't
wife.
be coming in here looking crazy.
Can Lamar join sometime? Absolutely.
Look into that.
Absolutely.
Would y'all come on if Lamar was on?
I mean, they here now. I'm sure they would.
I feel like Lamar's funny.
He talked too much. He gonna tell too many truths.
Yeah,
Okay, we were waiting on Sandra Jersey Girl. It didn't happen, so let's cancel and go to the next one. Sorry. Let's try Angela to the Rescue nonprofit. She sounds like a prophet. Waiting. That's a powerful name.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hi, girl.
I love you, girl. I love you.
And I love you back. Can you explain your name, Angela, to the rescue? What you rescuing us from? Oh, Angel.
Louisiana. My
Okay.
name is Angel.
Okay.
I be jump roping with you, girl.
You be jump roping with me?
Yes,
I haven't seen
will.
any videos. Are you tagging me?
I did tag you in one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I repost it?
No, but that's okay. That's okay.
That just means I didn't see it. Okay, so what you got for us, Angel from Louisiana?
Okay, well, I want to say I love your relationship and your testimony is very similar to mine.
Really? Thank you.
I'm engaged to a wonderful, beautiful man who loves
Beautiful.
me.
Man, it's beautiful.
That's a blessing when they're beautiful, right?
He loves me so much.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me all the love that I put out that was never returned.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
so I'm living my best life, just like you.
I hear it. I hear that.
And so, I guess I'll ask this question. We have a blended family.
As do
And,
we.
Yeah, I have 2 kids from previous marriage. She has 2 kids as well. And I want to know, how do you work that out with the kids? Because we're still in transition. We don't live together yet.
Okay, so I'll answer your question. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to answer your question off of the call so other people can comment in. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Angel.
Okay.
Okay, so this is deep. And thank God. See, Chris don't have to deal with this.
No.
He got all his kids, 2 boys, 1 on the way from the same woman. It was goals. I didn't achieve that.
Listen,
That doesn't mean that mine's gonna stink.
can I be honest with you?
Yes,
I'll
please. Oh, I'm scared.
I am often amazed that my younger 20s did not produce more kids.
God had a plan for
I
your
have
life.
no clue how I made it out of my 20s with no kids. And I've left the door open to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways,
That's real.
so I
God
don't
pick
sit,
who we pick.
I don't sit here bragging about nothing. I could have 4 or 5 baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't.
I am grateful
Yes.
that I'm sitting here. So continue.
That's
Sabrina.
real.
I'll be quiet.
Okay, so my kids, it's very different aspects with me and Lamar, his kids and my kids. Number one, his kids are much older, 19, and his daughter will be actually 22 next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then my kids are 6 and 8. So totally different dynamic. Like I'm just getting started, you know, think they grown and they've already I just feel like, you know, if you ain't paying bills and stuff, like
you can answer the question.
you're not grown.
Nope.
I think I just got grown like last year. So anyways, so her question was, you know, how do you work on that? I think it's a continual process. I think that the best thing you can do is to respect all the children's opinions and perspectives. None of the children are wrong. They are not wrong. They're never wrong.
They're all involved.
They are all involved. What they feel matters and is valid. Now, should there be disrespect? Absolutely not. And I think that is the parents' job to handle it however they see fit. But you have to give kids time to adjust. Now, my kids, thankfully, they hopped right on board, y'all. When I got engaged, I remember I got engaged in Miami. I FaceTimed my daughter with my ring in the video, and she said, Mommy, I'm going to have 2 dads. And I was like, thank you, God, you know, that she received that so well, you know, because all I could do was hope and pray. Like, she wasn't going to be like, man, you know, so my son was elated. So anyways, it was smooth with that. And they could tell I'm happy, you know, so if I look happy and mommy's happy, they think it's a good thing, right? And my kids, they're healthy kids. So I think his kids have been through a lot. It's going to take some time. They're adjusting. I have to give them time to get through whatever it is they got to get through. And just, you love them as much as you can. If it's from afar, if it's up close, you know, you offer what you can offer. You continue to extend the bridge. You can continue to extend your hand, because they're going to be your family the rest of your life. Literally, if you plan on being with this person the rest of your life, this is forever your family. So you set a goal and you just set little tasks. So just to be totally transparent, what we're doing right now is me and Lamar, we do everything together. Like literally, we're just like besties and we kicks it, right? So now we were more so combining the kids. Now we're allotting more time for him to do separate stuff with his kids.
Yeah.
And so they can build their relationship, and if they can trust him and gain a solid relationship with him, then they'll be more solid and trustworthy with our relationship. So it's just all about time. And a couple questions. They didn't take it very well, you know, but I'm gonna be honest. I was a kid that had a hard time accepting my parents' boyfriends and girlfriends. Because I felt like, well, I barely had the parent, you know. And now they about to be spread all out between y'all. So, you know, that was something I had to get over. I had to realize, okay, so if I want any part of my parent and they have a significant other, well, I got to get along with the significant other, you know, because they're going to be with this person, you know, no matter how long it lasts or doesn't last. I can't just say, forget them and focus on me, because their happiness and their process in life matters too. Yeah. So just keep being patient. Just keep allowing y'all love to be the example. And I truly believe the kids will jump on board when it matters.
That's good.
Okay.
That's
so
good.
I want to go ahead and do the last lady's question. And I truly think that she's the winner.
Persist?
The other one that had like 3.
Nuka 2?
No, the other one.
Persist.
Did we do Nuka 2's question? Because she was still.
Oh, you talking about this lady?
Yeah. Oh, we answered that
hers.
one though. Okay, so we didn't do Nuka 2.
Yeah, we did that one. We did her first.
It was kind of the same question.
We didn't answer persist.
Okay. We started there. And what happened?
We kept moving on because she wasn't answering.
Okay. Well, if it's persist, am here. Because if not, we're going to have to move on. But we love your question. and we want you to be the winner. So if you are here, please say something. Persist M. I don't see. So many people are requesting to be in this live. I love it. But we can't. Okay, she's there, but she's not here.
Who else wants to be in the live?
I'm looking. I kind of liked that vibe. The girl who just like dogged us out and said she'd been married 20 years. What's wrong with y'all? What's a break? We can talk to her. Okay, but no. Miss Pretty Eyes, Stacy Johns, and Natisha McQueen.
Let's go at the top.
All right, we'll do one more. Let's see if you're going to answer us. Thank you, everybody who's complimenting my hair. Shout out to Sunny and Co.
I thought you were talking about my hair.
No, no one cares about
You're
your
talking about my hair?
So does it matter if the kids like you or not? I think it does matter. I don't
Absolutely.
think, of course it matters. I don't think it should matter like how it changes your relationship with your man or woman though. But how they feel 100% matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I don't know what happened there. Let me try her one more time. Oh, she's unable to join. Okay.
She must be.
All right, so we'll try one more, and then we're going to. So we gotta pick another winner. So while I'm doing this, pick somebody else. Let me try Natisha McQueen. She's unable to join. I don't really feel like.
Still give it to Persist, privately.
I mean, we could. Okay, Persist isn't here, but maybe for whatever reason she couldn't join us. So let me see if this. Oh, Stacy Johns declined. Okay, all right. If you request to be in the live, please don't decline it. That's kind of weird. Oh, wait. I think she's...
Right.
Is she back? Let me see if she's back. Okay, no. Does not. With no question, I win. You win what? Oh, you don't have a question. You're trying to say you win.
Your biggest challenge in your relationship.
Mine or his? Chris's relationship or my relationship?
What about Matt? That's a new person. Those are new people. What about the queen? That queen right there.
Which queen?
Why everybody a queen? I mean, y'all all queens. That's true.
He mad.
Oh,
Okay.
Persist M's question was co-parenting after he remarries his mistress and builds a family. Basically, how do you do it?
How do you co-parent?
That's, I think there has to be a lot of therapy. There has to be a lot of working through.
Yes.
You know,
I think this is a great question, though, because
Yeah.
people deal with this.
You know, to be honest with you, I think that it's about changing your perception of what you're dealing with. I don't think you have to get outside of dealing with the people and what is the situation you're dealing with. Like right now, you're dealing with the fact that we have to figure out how to manage the kids, we have to figure out how to manage schedules, visitation, trust between each other. But going back into the history of how you guys got there, I think it's going to be difficult in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's going to be difficult. So I think you have to first try to manage, how do we legit just exist in this space? Because we got to take our history out of the way and figure out how to let these kids' lives continue on, because it's not fair that they receive secondary trauma because of our drama.
That's good.
You know?
That's good. I think the way you do it, as we both said, is through therapy. I think there needs to be like a family therapist.
Big time.
That can help you guys. And if that's expensive and you can't afford that, maybe just a mutual friend until the healing has been done, where you can do pickups, drop-offs. It's just someone who's just friendly with everybody. I think when you get to a point, I think it's very important for the women involved, both mothers, to be able to be very cordial and respectful of one another. I think that's very important.
I think that people just, as human beings, have a tendency to get very caught in their own emotions, and they start thinking about themselves because hurt is involved, and you're protecting yourself from additional hurt. So you can't think about the kids as much as you want to. So I think.
And with that question, is it so he married the mistress.
He married.
Okay. So yeah, even, for your own healing, because you want to move on and you want to probably get remarried one day and have a healthy relationship, you have to heal. You have to learn how to forgive. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive him. You have to know it's not the girl's fault. And you 100% got to understand the kids are 100% innocent in the whole thing. They were just created. Yeah. They ain't do nothing else. So, I know a lot of us have dealt with infidelities and lies, and a baby may have not been born, but something may have been born, like a trust, like revenge and just all spite, all type of things. So you need to do something with those feelings, do something with those emotions instead of just taking it out on that thing. And you just really, if you can't move forward by yourself, you just got to really get some help.
A show of some emoji of any kind to affirm what I'm saying. How many of y'all have done therapy or in therapy?
What a great question. Stacey said she accidentally declined.
Stacey ready?
I'm going to see if Stacey's ready.
All right, Stacey.
What if a side baby is born? Are you married?
It's the fault of man.
Because if you ain't married, everybody on the side. You on the left, you on the right. I mean, it ain't even real. People hate when I say that because they feel like their relationships are really real. Going Saturday. Okay, I needed therapy and we never went.
Well, in the meantime, y'all can
I've been thinking about therapy.
Y'all can come to my life coaching and relationship coaching. You can DM me if you need to.
Going through therapy.
You can go to thefreshlifebrand.com and register. I have marriage courses and dating courses coming up as well. Also do one-on-one coaching. So you guys can definitely dive into my DMs.
I think I've done everything he listed. When he started, he used to be a life coach. He was my life coach. Before I got married, he did premarital for me and my ex-husband. When we got married, he did our marriage counseling. When I got divorced, I was right back in that seat, working through it. When I got with Lamar, him and his wife was our first therapist. Or relationship counselors. I mean, he's a go-to for me because his system works. He really knows his stuff, and he's been through a lot. He's not just a guy that read the books and can recite the tactics. What? Pin the information.
So for those who are asking who was not here earlier, I've been coaching for about 10 years.
Ooh.
What happened?
My husband refuses to go to therapy.
Okay, I'm gonna address that.
Let's get back to that.
So I've been coaching for about 10 years. Life coaching, relationship coaching, marriage coaching, premarital coaching. I'm finishing up my master's now as a clinical mental health therapist. And so, yeah, I've been in this lane forever. This is what I do.
Jasmine, I'm sorry I'm this close to your husband.
Just trust me. All right, so dive in my DMs. What was your question?
Someone said my husband refuses to go to therapy.
So there's a stigma in the black community, of course, about therapy. And that's oftentimes what we're trying to get through. That typically stems from, you've all been there. You've all heard this. Hey, watch this. Don't you go out in the street telling my business. Right?
Right.
That statement alone in so many black households has pushed down the ability for men and women to see therapy as a way out.
Yeah.
Because vulnerability looks like weakness in our community. It looks like weakness for us to tell someone that we don't have it all together. Sitting on a couch. Now, there's also a whole bunch of other walls that we have to get through. The fact that many people in our community don't have adequate health insurance. Therapy can typically be, without insurance, $150 to $250 an hour. When you have insurance, you're looking at $20 of a copayment. So, in that essence, your husband doesn't want to go to therapy. That's different than his ability to go to therapy.
Right.
It's hard to convince someone to get help.
Yes.
Until they realize that they're bleeding and they might die. And so whether that's bleeding emotionally or mentally, it takes people to go through enough to realize that they might not be able to do it all on their own.
He went to counseling and got worse. It usually does before it gets better.
Yeah, I mean, and again, there's a lot of important things to counseling. You have to have someone that you can build a counseling alliance with. And that's a part of the counselor's responsibility to connect with you, and his responsibility. If he comes in very stoic and closed off and doesn't want to connect, it's going to be very difficult for the counselor to have something to bridge between.
I am going to pin his information one last time before we leave.
Yeah.
It is at ChrisMarvel. I am pinning it right now.
Listen, here's the truth. Grown people do what they want to do.
Yes.
And in the end, if you want to change and you want help and you want to salvage a relationship or a job or an opportunity or whatever, you will do whatever it takes. Because a man that's thirsty will drink from the dirtiest water possible.
Yeah, so, and I can attest to that because that's what a lot of my relationship is.
Yes, they have the same faith. They're both Christians. Okay, continue. Sorry, that question was asked like 6 times by the same person.
Can I ask why that? I mean, I know why it matters. Why does it matter to you? Because if I would have said, no, we don't. I'm Jewish and he's Muslim. Mm-hmm. Well, you would have tore us down and said we're not going to be together. Our relationships. I'm honestly trying to understand like why that matters to you per se. Like, how does that help you?
Maybe they were trying to be creative and come up with something different.
I mean, does you knowing our faith help you in yours? Okay, so anyways,
I can talk about the men thing forever. No, men do want to be better, but understand that. Think about your grandfather. Was he sitting around in his chair talking about his emotions? Was he sitting around the dinner table talking about how hurt he was at work? No, he was probably very closed off, and his son learned that behavior from him. So we're dealing in a different time where with social media, we're seeing men have mental health awareness. We are a different era. But men, black men in particular, have been traumatized from slavery to Jim Crow to industrialized prison system. We are talking men who have been so traumatized that asking them to be beyond healthy, you're asking them a lot.
Yeah, I agree. She said she wanted to know if we were equally yoked.
Oh, that's not important.
Okay, so what I was going to say was, as far as my relationship, that, because Chris said men do what they want to do on both aspects.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it, they're not going to do it.
Flat out.
There's nothing you can do to make them. But if they're doing it, it's because they want to do it. It's not because you made them do it.
No.
So
that's what sticks.
Literally. When they do it themselves, I mean, you can make them and they may do it a couple times. It's not going to last. No. So in my relationship, we're only making it because he's choosing to do what he wants to do.
100%.
Not because I'm making him do these things. The stuff I try to make him, trust me, he's not doing the things that I'm trying to make him do.
He's only doing it for you.
Right. And he's still not doing it for me.
And he's still mad about it.
Right. You know, he feel like he needs a reward for doing the things. So all the things y'all may have seen Lamar do, it's because he wanted to. And because he didn't do it before for whoever else, it just means he just didn't want to. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It had nothing to do with, I don't think it even has to do with the woman. I think it literally just was he didn't want to do that. And with me, he wanted to do it. So he did it. I can't make him do anything. Mm-hmm. I can't yell him to do it. I can't sex him to do it. It's literally, he has to want to do it. And so we've made it to where we are because he has repeatedly done things he wanted to do that benefited us.
Facts.
That's it. And as hard as it is, I have to keep honoring him for that. As small as the things may be, you know, because some stuff I'm like, that's basic. You know, so I'll be really honest. And then whenever Lamar does come on, we'll talk about this. But he told me recently that the fact that he's not cheating on me, I really shouldn't trip on nothing else. And I said, Lamar, that's basic stuff in a relationship. I said, I shouldn't have to try to not cheat on you. And he said, me and you ain't the same. I said, I understand that. Thank you. Okay, yeah. I understand that.
But still.
But I'm not going to reward you for doing what's required. But I understand why you feel that way.
You're not getting extra shrimp.
You're not getting anything extra. No. But I need you to still work in other areas.
Facts.
Even though you got this one right.
100%.
You know.
Listen, and keep going.
Please.
You're not getting no extra rewards.
So anyways, but that's just his mentality and just lets you know where he was at, how he was looking at dating. Like, listen, if I ain't cheating, don't talk to me about X, Y, and Z. Because I ain't doing this, you're lucky. You know, like, that's kind of how he feels. So.
He's such a great guy.
He is such a great guy. And he was very sincere. Like, are you tripping on that?
No, the one thing about him is he's very sincere.
He's like, you tripping on that, and I'm not doing nothing. And I'm like, of course you're not doing anything.
Lamar's the example of loving an imperfect person for being who exactly they are.
Mm-hmm.
He don't put on no airs.
No.
He's not.
No.
And you just have to love a person for where they, and that's a beauty. There's a
So
beauty
genuine.
in that. And so, and here's the relationship tip. Don't love somebody that you can't still love them through their faults. Like, he's a person that is an example to me of someone who's so beautiful as a human that you choose to love him even through his imperfections.
Yeah, it's tough.
And if you can't love a person through their imperfections, what's the worst part of them that is, can you still love that?
Yeah.
And if you can't love the worst part of them, then don't be with them because it may never change.
Yeah.
That's the goal. If you can't love the worst part of them and it may never change, don't be with them.
And that's dope you said that, because I tell all my friends, even myself, in a relationship, where you're at right now, if this never changes, because there's a possibility, I know you got all the hopes, this will get better, we'll grow. It may not. So if this never changes, would you be happy?
Are you cool?
And if the answer is no, you might want to reconsider. You might want to tone it back some and revisit the situation, because you can't commit to the possibility of what's gonna happen later.
Facts.
You gotta commit to where you're at right now. Okay, so listen, I got 2 kids, y'all. I gotta go to bed.
Facts.
I gotta get them to bed. Somebody else fed them tonight. Shout out to Jasmine. I know they ate, because Jasmine's a wonderful mom. But we have to go. We enjoyed you. The winner for tonight was the question about the side girl, the mistress, the lady. He married the mistress. What's her name?
Hold on.
Swipe again.
It's right here.
Persist M. Congratulations, Persist M.
We'll be in your DM.
We are definitely going to be in your DM. Just to get your information so we can ship you out a complimentary wine bottle from Saint Sadler Luxury Wines. This is raspberry Riesling, and this is what we've been drinking all night.
It's so good.
Show them our bottle. We're not faking.
It's
We emptied the
gone.
bottle. It's gone. The two of us. It's really good. You're really going to enjoy it with a couple other things. So congratulations. Thank you guys all for joining into our live. Please go to our pages. Give us feedback. Drop in the comments. And guess what? Tell us what you want to see more of.
Please.
Give us some question ideas. What did you like? What do you want to hear more? What didn't you like? Help us get this thing organized. We're going to do this every single Thursday, y'all. 8 p.m. Eastern time every single Thursday. It's going to be our new thing. We're going to upload every show and utilize Chris' services. He's dope. I'm going to help you lose weight on your body. He will help you lose weight in your life. I'm too good. That was too good.
Mazel tov.
That was too good. I got to go. I got to go on that note. All right. We love you guys. Bye.